Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm sorry. I see yes. Okay. We're evidently recording. Uh, it's a new phone. Yeah, I know. But it's a good deal. And I'll explain more later. But it looks like, yeah, doggone looker there. Okay. Evidently recording I, I don't know. Doc lost in cyberspace south at your service here. Uh, it's just amazing how little I know about these things. And how much the average 4 year old knows. Oh, compared to me. Yeah, oh my God. Well, anyway, here, let's knock one out. An episode of Aunt Barb's Magic Oven. This is number 58 in the book. Hey, there's a snack bar in here. Okay. Sonny and I rounded the bend in the tube. It had gotten a bit wider, but not much taller. I kept hitting my head. I was kind of glad there were no sharp corners or overhead pipes in this passageway. I can tell you, I can't tell you how many pounds of flesh and scalp I've left on racks of overhead steam pipes back when I had to work as a boilermaker. Back then, it seemed I was spending half my day in some spider-infested steam tunnel getting scalped. This tube was actually pretty comfortable as tubes go. A fella could get used to this kind of luxury. We'd been making mostly right-hand turns. Then all of a sudden, we curved off to the left and bingo, we stepped into a much bigger space. Heck, I'd call it a cavern. Sonny would call it a showroom. Yeah. Oh, yeah. She dropped my hand and headed for the first display. My little girl knew a gift shop when she saw one, and man, this one was a biggie. I saw Gabe and Burgess at the snack bar. They waved me over. I was still a few yards away when Burgess hollered about how I've really got to try these French fries. Messer was in seventh heaven. He was sitting at the counter on a stool, those kind that spin. Yeah. And he made sure I was watching. And then what he did was he snapped his fingers and politely mentioned that he'd like to place an order, please. The counter Burgess was sitting at extended itself through a hole in the wall and into the kitchen. He looked over his shoulder at me and said something like, "Hey, Dad, wait till you see what happens." In mere seconds, 3 empty pasteboard French fry containers marched from behind the curtain. Remember the dancing bags of French fries and popcorn and stuff that we used to see during intermission at the drive-in movies? Right? Okay. Well, they must have found a new gig. They had little skinny legs and arms and were very, very animated. They may have co-starred. They could have co-starred with Betty Boop in one of her earlier cartoons. You know how the cartoons? Yeah, they're always okay. Yeah, well, that's sort of how they acted. They at the moment they were empty as they did the old buck and wing over to Messer and asked for his order. One whipped out a little notepad and pencil. Wait a minute, let me turn the page here. From his container, as another one similarly yanked out a banjo and started strumming. Yeah, the third container started doing a kind of boogie-woogie tap dance on the countertop. Messer wanted a second order of fries, then smiling, he motioned for me to order. I'd had quite a bit too much to eat already today, but, well, Thanksgiving and all, but still, intergalactic space, interuniversal space travel kind of, gives you an appetite. So there was certainly room for a cheeseburger and fries. So, well, that's what I ordered. That done, the trio did the old shuffle off to Buffalo and disappeared behind the curtain with a fanfare. I'll tell you the truth, I was impressed. Okay. Well, let's see if this records and everything. And cool if it does, man, I'll tell you. I'm kind of psyched here.